I'm Say with Hallway Track, and we are here in the hallway with some awesome fellas who are WordPress. I would say I was going to say something about like elderly, but that's not what it is. Like,
oh, please. Oh, man. Oh, my goodness.
Who more like establishment, I should say. That's not good either.
My nap time.
This is some of the core of desktop server is really what we're going to right here. So I want to introduce Marc Benzakein right here.
Hi.
tell us your Twitter handle.
At Marc Benzak.
Benzak.
M-A-R-C Benzak. If you do M-A-R-K, I can't make any guarantees what you'll find.
All right, don't go Google that right now. Okay, and then we got Gregg Franklin.
Hello.
Who, with that voice, you can tell he does support, which he does. So if you call and you need help from desktop server, you'll probably talk to Gregg, in which case you will be calmed down immediately. So you guys, what I meant to say, not that you're old, but that you guys have been around in WordPress for a while. Both of you have been in WordPress since I've been involved in the community. So tell me a little bit about, first we'll start with Marc, how you got, when you got involved and how you got involved in the WordPress community.
I got involved because I was working with Gregg on some development stuff, and he said, come to a WordCamp, I'll pay for the ticket if you pay for the flight. And I thought that sounded like a great deal until I realized that WordCamp tickets were like $5.50. And so...
Big spender.
Yeah, and I actually still feel like I got the best end of the deal, because that was when I really realized that there was a community behind this awesome software that I'd been using for a bit. So
I find that to be a lot of people's stories. They've been using the software, and then all of a sudden the community opens up to them, and they're like, wow, that's amazing. Is that a similar thing that happened to you?
Yes, and I agree with Marc. It's all about the community. WordPress has, the people are amazing. That's why I love doing support, because people help each other all the time doing WordPress.
That's awesome. So in terms of WordCamps, could you estimate how many each of you, I know you probably have lost count, you've been taking your kids around to WordCamps and doing this stuff. I would like to show real quick, bring out the goods. There's this guy, and then, whoa, there's the Mac Daddy of cameras right there. So Marc is one of the photographers that basically travel around to WordCamps and document what's going on, which we obviously think is really cool. So between the two of you, or individually, how many WordCamps have you been to, Marc?
I've been to over probably 45 WordCamps.
Oh, wow. That's intense. Over how many years?
Over 3 years. The first year, I did 24 WordCamps in 1 year.
So you might have a problem. I just want to say that, just so you know. You might want to get that looked at, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's good. You've cut down from that first year.
I have.
Okay.
I'm down to under 10 per year.
Seems reasonable. What about you, Gregg?
I probably have done about 30 in the 3 years that I've been doing it. And this year, what have I done? About 5 or 6 already this year. And it probably will be over 10 this year.
So what is the draw for, obviously, the community you talked about? So you guys go all over the country, and you mostly sponsor with desktop server. How is that experience? You want to answer that one?
It's great. We like sponsoring, again, because of the community, so we want to give back to the community and provide more WordCamps wherever we go. We both have spoken at WordCamps and like sharing, so that's that.
Yeah, so for sponsoring for you, is it more about just, straight up advertising, or is it really about supporting the community?
Supporting the community. Absolutely.
So you would do it even if you weren't necessarily getting some props for it?
Yes, and we have many times.
Oh, this is why we love desktop server, guys. All right, so and you obviously like traveling around, and you've expanded now into doing photo stuff and all sorts of things. So tell me a little bit about what is up with desktop server these days. You guys have a new plugin, WP Site Sync, right?
Correct.
Not the same as Content Sync. So tell me a little bit about it.
Okay. So WP Site Sync, you install it on a source like maybe local or even staging, and then you place it also on the target. And now you'll be able to sync between those two on posts and pages. And that's totally free. You can download it. And then there's also some extensions that let it go beyond that. So things like custom post types. What are the other ones? Pull, which so the other direction. So authors, not only push up, pulls, authors, comments, all those are going to be, and there's many more extensions coming that allow you to easily sync between two different sites.
And tell me about the need that this arose out of, a little bit about why you guys created this. I know there was only a few ripples of excitement, I think, just because people didn't hear about it, but as soon as everyone started hearing about it, everyone's like, ooh, we need this. So tell me a little bit about how that developed and you're discovering the need.
And right now, desktop server, it has the ability to deploy, but it deploys everything. And so people were wanting to know if they could just deploy a single post or change a single post online, and that's where the need came from. Is they want to do more controlled syncing, and they don't want to just do everything. They just want to make that one little change, whether it be a post, a page, a custom post type. This makes that possible. And even beyond that, if you have departments where you have someone who's managing content and you want them to just do that, and you have a developer working on something and a designer working on this makes it very easy for them to push up content while the designer's working on it or developer's working on the other side of that. So that's it.
So in terms of getting your plugin out there and to the people who are using it, what's the process for you guys there?
We're going with a freemium model. So we have the free version, which goes ahead and does pushes for them. And then we have a website at WPSiteSync.com that they can come and visit and then get a membership. And if they purchase the membership, they get all the plugins. So all the new extensions for it.
The classic freemium model.
It is classic, yes.
It's a classic model. So what else is up with desktop server? Obviously you're going to be developing that more. Either of you want to speak to that? Want to speak to that?
We have a really big announcement that we're very excited about. We posted about it.
Tell it right now.
I'm going to tell you right now. We have been lucky enough to acquire the talent of Spectrum Tech here in Orange County. If you know Dave Jesh, he is a top-notch developer. We started looking for a developer over a year and a half ago, and every single conversation always turned to, we need somebody of Dave Jesh's caliber. We don't want to hire anybody that's not of his caliber. And because of our collaboration on this WP SiteSync plugin, we realized there was so much, and I hate to use this word because it's so corporate, but there was so much synergy between us. I know, right? I hate that word, but that's
sometimes you have to use it.
But sometimes it actually is appropriate. And there was so much synergy between us that we said, let's make this thing an ongoing thing. So not only did we get Dave Jesh, but his wife Jennifer Cloak was an unbelievable project manager for him. And we discovered that she had so many talents that she was like bonus. And so we now are we've expanded the executive team to include Spectrum Tech, and they are part of ServerPress.
That's super
really
exciting.
We're like over the moon over it.
And for anyone who is a viewer of WPwatercooler, Dave Jesh is often one of the regulars. He was one of the OG co-hosts that we had on the WPwatercooler show, broadcasting at 11 a.m. on Mondays, live. So that's really exciting. I'm super excited for all of you. I'm excited for Dave to be even more involved in the community, because you guys are. And sometimes having your own freelance or your own business takes you away from the community. But you guys basically have built desktop server into the community, or built the community into desktop server. So it's great to see you guys around this stuff. Let me ask you one more question, not specifically desktop server related. This is for both of you. You can answer independently. What are you most looking forward to? What's the most exciting thing that you see coming up for WordPress within the next year? What are you most excited about?
Oh, that's a tough question.
It could be WordCamp US. It could be something simple.
I will tell you, WordCamp US I am actually looking forward to, as opposed to last year where I was not looking forward to WordCamp US. It was actually my favorite WordCamp last year. It was an unexpected thing. I didn't think I'd like Philadelphia. I'd never been. I didn't think I'd like Philadelphia in December. I live in Milwaukee. Who wants to go from one cold climate to another in the middle of the winter? I had a very bad attitude, so I am looking very forward to WordCamp US. Thank you for bringing that up. But
it was for you, a little prompt there.
Well, one of the reasons, thank you. One of the reasons that I look forward to it is because I plan to bring other members of the team this year. Last year I was like, I'm just going to go just so we can have a presence, but I don't see any need for anyone to go. And after the experience I had last year, I felt it was very valuable that we bring more people next year, or this year. So I am looking forward to that a lot. I might even bring a kid or two.
Yeah, he brings his kids. You can bring your kids to some of these things. Some of them. Check first. I don't want to talk for everyone. What about you, Greg? What do you got on the docket? Or what are you looking forward to?
I'm actually excited that Phoenix is coming back. That the Phoenix WordCamp is coming back this year. I truly missed it. I'm glad it'll be here this year, and I will be attending for sure. In fact, I'm sure we probably will be sponsoring.
WordCamp Phoenix holds a special place in my heart. It was the first WordCamp that I ever attended, and it actually sealed the deal for me being involved in the community. So I'm Also excited about that. So great. Well, that's ServerPress, and we're just here and gonna go check out some more talks, and then soon Jason's gonna be talking. So don't forget to check us out on the snap of the chat. And thank you guys so much for talking with us.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.